In the middle of the rainforest, an ancient tribe was living their lives peacefully. But one day, an unknown group of people attacked them out of nowhere and made them slaves. However, a hero is hiding among them who will write his own fate. A young man named Jaguar Paw leads a tribe along with his father, Flint Sky. Together with his friends, Jaguar goes out to hunt. After a long struggle, they finally catch the prey. Jaguar distributes the main parts of the prey among his friends. He gives the most gross part to Blunted and tells him that it will help him in having healthy kids. However, it was just a prank. Flint Sky is watching this all and tells Blunted to act like a man and not let others make fun of him. Flint gives Blunted a special medicine to cure his infertility and claims it to be miraculous. Suddenly, an unknown person from some other tribe walks up to them. He has a bunch of other people as well. Flint tells him this forest is already ruled by them, but the poor guy explains that he didn't come to take over. His forest has been destroyed and they are looking for a place to life. They also offer to trade fish with the meat Flint has, and Flint accepts the deal. Jaguar notices the fear in the eyes of that unknown guy, but his father advises him not to let that fear reach him. After they return home, Blunted tries the medicine but turns out to be red chilies. He runs around in pain and becomes a joke once again. Luckily, his wife still loves him and stands by his side. On the other hand, Jaguar has started a family already. His son is just a few years old and another baby is on his way. Jaguar feels that his life is complete, but he is unaware of the calamity preceding his way. As night sets in, everyone gathers around the fire to pray to God. The elders retell some old stories and explain that humans are greedy creatures. No matter how much he gets, he always yearns for more and even destroys others for his own sake. This statement makes Jaguar get lost in deep thoughts. Later that night, he experiences a weird nightmare in which the unknown guy from earlier warns him to run away. He wakes up in shock and hears the dogs barking continuously. Everyone else is still sleeping. But just a few steps away, the enemy is planning to attack them. Their leader, Zero Wolf, signals his men to move forward. They are greater in number and strength and start killing and capturing the poor tribe people. They don't even spare the women. Jaguar rushes to save his family and takes his wife, Seven, and his son, Turtles, to a hole. He lowers them inside it and advises them to stay hidden. Jaguar turns back to fight the raiders, but he eventually gets captured. He feels ashamed for not being strong enough and apologizes to his father. A raider named Middle Eye wants to show Jaguar how helpless he is. He picks up Flint and kills him in front of his son. These raiders are like monsters. They also abuse and kill Blunted's wife in front of his eyes. Jaguar is worried for his family getting caught, but luckily the raiders didn't find them. They tie the remaining ones and take them away while the kids keep following their parents. The raiders have also captured the other tribe which came to find a home in this forest. They all are taken to the river and forced to cross it. The kids are left on the shore and the eldest one promises her mother and she will take care of the kids. The captives pass the mountains and one of them slips on the way. Instead of helping them, Middle Eye keeps making fun of him and wants to know how he survives. Finally, the captives pull up their member, but Middle Eye doesn't like that and throws him down the mountain. Zero Wolf scolds Middle Eye for reckless action and warns him not to make any decision by himself. Zero Wolf wants all of his captives alive. They stop at a random place to spend the night. Zero Wolf takes this as a chance to honor his son Cut Rock. He admires his work today and gives him a killer knife. Meanwhile, Blunted is still thinking about his wife. He wants to take revenge. Even if he dies in this attempt, he will kill as many raiders as possible. The next morning, they pass by an abandoned place where a little girl is sitting near her mother's dead body. The raiders advise each other to stay away from the girl, as she has a contagious disease. The girl stares at them weirdly and says that despite being so strong, the raiders are afraid of a little girl. She then shifts her gaze to Jaguar and then makes a prophecy in a loud voice. She says that they all are going to die on a sacred time that is not far away. It will be the darkest day when a man as strong as a jaguar will appear. He will end the world of raiders, and most importantly, he is not far away. The journey continues until they reach the city. People of different tribes are living there. Most of them are slaves who work day and night in different fields. Some are suffering in the caves and some are knitting clothes, while some are laborers who are busy in construction. The captives are divided based on gender. The men are painted with bright blue colors while women are taken to the market. The young ladies are presented to the public and sold for a few coins, while the old ones are left to die. The male captives are taken further away. They pass through a tunnel with ancient drawings that show sacrificial acts. Afterward, they climb up a tower where the royals are waiting for them. Moreover, the public is gathered to watch them. It seems like a huge festive ceremony is going on. A man steps forward and declares that they have been suffering for a long time. They are missing the blessings of their god. Their crops are dying and several diseases are spreading continuously. The man says it's all because the sun they worship is not happy with them. They must satisfy their god with a big sacrifice. That's why they brought the captives, so they can be used in this sacrificial ceremony. The first captive is pulled forward and placed on a stone. A creepy man grabs a dagger and attacks the captive chest. He pulls out the heart mercilessly and gives it to an old man to complete the ritual. Then the captive head is separated and thrown down along with the body. Instead of stopping this senseless and inhuman activity, the public is praising the act. They are blinded by illiteracy and believe that the sacrifice will bring prosperity. Another captive is killed in the same way, and then it's Jaguar's turn. His friend says goodbye to him, but Jaguar believes that he is not going to die so soon. As he is placed down to be killed, something unexpected happens. A huge solar eclipse occurs and the day turns into night. It is a part of the prophecy made by the little girl. The old man tells people to stay calm and he starts begging God to accept their sacrifice and give them back the light. The solar eclipse disappears after a while and the public assumes that the sacrifice has been accepted. Jaguar and the other remaining captives are sent to be disposed of. They are taken to a giant ground that ends in a cornfield. The captives are untied and instructed to run towards the field. If they succeed in reaching the field before getting killed, they will be free to go. The first two run with all their strength while getting attacked continuously. One of them is killed by a stone, while the other one is hit by a spear. They still had some life left in them, but cut rock hits them to death. Now it's Jaguar and his friend's turn. They've observed the previous round and planned a strategy. They run in random directions so they can't be targeted by the stones and arrows. They were just a few steps away from the field when Zero Wolf attacked them with arrows. The both captives fall down on the ground and Cut Rock moves forward to finish them. But Jaguar attacks back and kills Cut Rock. He runs in the field while Zero Wolf rushes to check on his son. After seeing his death, Zero Wolf gathers his men to find Jaguar and kill him. Jaguar is injured by the arrow, but he keeps running with all his might. He has reached the forest and found a big dump where the dead bodies are left to rot. Jaguar passes the dump and looks for a big tree to hide. Zero Wolf and his men pass under the tree, but they don't spot him. Jaguar hears a weird sound and realizes that a real jaguar is sitting right in front of him. Meanwhile, Zero Wolf notices the blood spot on his men and realizes that Jaguar is hiding in the trees. However, Jaguar has already jumped down and the beast is running after him. The killers find him, but when they come forward to catch him, the beast attacks and kills one of them. The other men kill the animal, but they start regretting their act as a jaguar is honored in their religion. They recall the prophecy and declare this event as a bad omen. Zero Wolf tells them to stop talking nonsense and find Jaguar. He can't wait more to avenge his son's death. The night sets in and Jaguar stops to rest for a while, but the killers are still following him with their fire lamps. Meanwhile, Jaguar's family in the hole is still waiting for him. Despite being pregnant and hungry for days, Seven is still holding on and also taking care of his son. The next morning, the killer continues the search, but one of them gets bitten by a snake. He advises them to stop and believe in the prophecy, but the others don't listen, and they leave him to die. Jaguar's energy is draining out, and the killers are just a few steps away from him. They attack him continuously with arrows, but he doesn't give up and keeps running. He eventually reaches the waterfall and prefers jumping down instead of getting murdered by the men behind him. Luckily, he survives and reaches the shore. There he stands bravely and announces that the forest belongs to him and his family. Zero Wolf also decides to jump down with his men. Two of them get killed while the other makes it to the shore. While running away, Jaguar falls in a mud pond and gets covered in black dirt. He literally looks like a real jaguar now. He is done with running away and decides to fight back. He grabs a beehive and throws it at the killers. Afterwards, he catches a poisonous frog and rubs its poison on a few sticks. Then he leaves fake marks and footprints to distract the killers and he hides in the bushes. When the raiders arrive, Jaguar kills one of them with poison and uses his weapon to kill the other one. It suddenly starts to rain and Jaguar gets worried for his family living in the hole. It's filling up with water. Jaguar reaches there, but the killers are still after him. Jaguar distracts them to a specific path where he has set up traps for the prey. Zero Wolf shoots Jaguar with an arrow, but when he steps further, he gets killed by the prey trap. Meanwhile, Seven has given birth to her second child. She holds both of her kids tightly and waits for a miracle that will bring back Jaguar. The remaining two killers follow Jaguar to the sea, but they are left in shock on seeing the modern civilization reaching there in ships. Jaguar takes this chance to return to his family and he saves them. Seven asks if they should meet the modern people, but Jaguar replies that they don't need to. They will start a new life in the forest.